are suffering. There's people in this world that, as a result of the financial recession we're in, as a result of the lockdowns, as a result of not being able to work, they're left hungry. They're left like they don't have money to buy food. And some of us are fortunate enough to have reserves. Some of us are fortunate enough to still have work. Some of us are fortunate to, some people are fortunate to have received some government aid. Some people are fortunate to have families and friends look after them. But there's a lot of people that are in such situations, and I don't think that many of us are aware of it. But my lesson, what I want to share, why I'm sharing this message, that there's a lot of people starving and all of that, is because no one's going to come out and save you. Whether it's you, whether you're starving now or not, or whether you're having financial challenges or other challenges, no one's coming out to save you. And that's the shocking truth many of us don't want to hear. Because we want to believe that there's someone that's going to come and rescue us. Some answer, some healing, some message, something is going to come and make it all better. But the truth is there's no one coming. Nothing's coming. It's all up to you. And it's up to us. It's up to all of us to make life work. And the more you accept that as a responsibility for your own life, the more your level of and your ability to impact life and to create the results that you want in life. So it's up to us in the end. Yes, of course, some people are going to get government aid. Some people are going to have friends. Some people are going to have, but they're going to be in a position of dependence. And whenever you're in a position of dependence, you don't have power. You don't have power over your life. You don't have power over your work. You don't have power over your finances. You don't have power. You're powerless. And being powerless is not a cool place to be, because other people are constantly making decisions about your life, about what you do, about who you are, about what you believe, about how to think, about where to go, about how much to earn. So you become powerless when you're dependent, and a lot of people are depending on government, depending on health systems, depending on these things. But the truth is that when you discover the power is actually in your hands and you don't need to depend, it just doesn't need to happen to depend on others. You can grow yourself beyond dependency. No matter what level you're on, you might be quite all right financially, quite all right from a health level, but still have a dependent state of mind. So I'm speaking about a dependency on a global stage, on a global level. And I remember for myself, I had a very dependent state of mind. I was very powerless. I would not accept responsibility. But I had to slowly undergo a process for myself to learn that there's nothing on the outside coming to rescue me. There's no help coming. I need to help myself. I need to take the steps and take action and gain authority over my life so that I can go out there and do what I'm here to do. So it's a big lesson I needed to learn, and I failed a lot of times. I failed at that lesson. But what I'm here to say to you is that you don't have to remain in that powerless state of mind, because when it's all in the mind. When you're powerless in your mind, you will be powerless and dependent on the outside. Yeah, you'll have systems and governments and things overpowering you. So my invitation to you is to consider that as a message, that it's time to start to take the power back in your life. Just maybe not take it back, but take it for the first time for a lot of people. And what does it mean? That means that it's time to start making decisions for yourself, it's time to start thinking for yourself, time to stop depending on the information from systems that make you dependent or that keep you dependent, and start depending on yourself. the one thing I teach, the one thing I've always been teaching is learn to connect to your own guidance system. Learn to connect to yourself and be who you are. Because the moment you do that, you will find out that you're able to direct your life, and you're able to distinguish what is true and what is not, and what is right for you and what is not. And most people can't, because they're in a state of dependency. And that state of dependency puts you constantly on the back foot, on the lower end of the amygdala and the part of the brain that's constantly reactive, and you're constantly reacting to things. You're constantly reacting to life. So in order to transcend the state of dependency that you might be in, allow yourself to connect to yourself and to access your own truth. More than 10 years ago, it was around 2008, we had the last recession. I was teaching money programs because I knew the next one was coming. I knew, because that's how the markets work. And there were a lot of people that suffered in the 2008, 2009 recessionary period. A lot of people suffered. And I started teaching how to manage your money, how to save, how to create reserves for yourself. And some people listened to that advice. Some people did that. Some people attended, and others didn't. They didn't listen, and now they're suffering because they didn't learn to create reserves and empower themselves. Now I'm teaching the next level of empowerment, to not have dependency as a mindset, but to have independence as a mindset, and responsibility and accountability of your life. And that's the most empowering place to be. So the action is happening inside the Know Yourself group. That's where I'm teaching everything. So if you want to go, if you want an empowering process and a powerful process that's going to teach you how to empower your life and transcend dependency, this is where to go. So I look forward to see you there. And thank you so much for joining me for this message.